Hey guys, I'm Allesha and we are BritAsia TV Academy, here today with the West Midlands Combined Authority to talk about the Youth Leadership Commission.
So we set up the commission very shortly after I became mayor, actually. And the purpose of the commission was to answer a really difficult underlying question, which is why is it that the leadership of the region does not properly represent the diversity of the region, the composition of the region, you might say. And when I say leadership, I mean leadership in all sorts of ways, not just political leadership, yes, there's an issue there, but also leadership in businesses, maybe in the public services, so whether it be in the police, the judiciary, the health services, everywhere, and indeed in arts, culture, sport. Why are we not seeing more people coming from different backgrounds to move into those leadership roles?
We don't have enough boards where the voice of our young people is articulated. We don't hear the voice of our young people in places and boards that create services for those young people. So the way young people will be able to help is to shape the future of services that they are consuming and they're part of. And hopefully it'll be their voice and their initiatives that will shape the way that the society works and boards work for the future generations. So young people have got an important, really important role to play in shaping services for the future.
The Commission aimed to help the youth by making a number of really important recommendations for young people. We made 3 recommendations. One, that the Combined Authority considered setting up a youth board, which is really vital, because when we talk about leadership of the future, we've got to give young people the opportunity to be able to experience what it feels like to be on a board, to have a voice in the decisions that are going to affect their futures. The second thing, particularly for young people, is opening up access and pipelines to recruitment in some of our large professional service companies. And the third one is around the levelling up agenda. How do we create and raise the aspiration of young people and inspire them to take up positions of future leadership?
So my hope actually is that we begin to see more and more people of diversity, of every sense of diversity. Of course, we talk about ethnicity, there's the faith issue, there's the straight or gay issue, there's the old or young, there's the able, disabled issue. All of those, so that we genuinely get the best mix of leaders shaping this region's future. Because I'm a huge believer that if you get people of different backgrounds and different opinions in a room, you are much more likely to get a better outcome than if you've got lots of people of the same sort of view in that room. So that's what it's really all about, improving the outcomes for this place and of course prospects for everybody living here.
This year, one of our first initiatives will be to try and get people board ready so they can apply for positions that come up either in the region, in the city or nationally. We want some of our talent from here, from Birmingham and the West Midlands, to be sitting on the national boards, because unless you're there at the top table, we're not going to get a chance to really change some of the initiatives that impact on people's lives. So we'll be taking people through a programme. It'll be free, but you'll have to fight for a position because there'll be limited places. So people will get a place on this workshop training course. And then after that, we're also asking the boards to give us some commitment to take those people who we've trained onto their boards, either as apprenticeships or shadow or help to coach them, so that we're not just training people and they've got nowhere to go. We're training people and we're urging our public and private sector boards to make positions available and to change how they recruit people from boards. Stop tapping people on the shoulder or asking for friends, but actually have a proper structure to appoint people on boards and to support those people once they do join those boards.
So much of the processes to apply for boards ends up actually excluding the very groups that we want to include. So we're making this an open access, but it's a competitive process. So anything worth having, you have to work hard at. So what we're going to do is we're going to launch it in all of our community networks and say, have you ever thought about wanting to sit on a board? And some young people might say, gosh, that's the most boring thing you could ever ask us to do. But my challenge back to young people would be, do you want a say in your future? Do you want a say in the way that your region is run? Do you want to be the future leaders of tomorrow? Or do you want to be the hecklers on the sideline, telling everybody else that's what's wrong? And so if your answer to those questions is yes, no, I don't want to be a heckler from the sidelines, I want to have a voice, then get board ready.
So if you guys are interested and you want to be a part of the Young Leaders Commission Programme, make sure you sign up below.